Time and time again it happens. You start out strong and doing well, but as the lane phase ends, you slowly fall behind in souls and are left in the dust. A tragic tale that is far too common, and so we gather here today to figure out how to fix it. Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Dapper Rat, or an apparition resembling him, and today we are going to learn how to push a plow and till land, as farming is on the agenda. Let's begin. Troopers, camps, sinner sacrifices, objectives, urns, boxes, enemy eliminations, and soul bags will all give you or your team some varying amount of souls, but when it comes to farming, people are often referring to a combination of these four. Souls are the currency that Deadlock uses in the shops to buy items to boost your character's power, but also gain boons, which boost your character's stats as well as grants ability points. Now, if you're looking for exact numbers on what each camp gets you in terms of money, that ain't gonna be found here because the best method of farming has realistically never changed. The easy step-by-step process is this: choose a lane with the least amount of teammates, kill the wave before it attacks your objective, kill stuff or break boxes or punch sinners in the jungle before the next wave, and then just repeat steps 2 and 3 until you can buy something. That is literally it. The step-by-step process to farming in any patch of Deadlock. Wave, which consists of troopers, gives you souls but also protects and offends friendly and enemy objectives, making it priority number 1. Then you simply waltz into jungle and collect souls until wave comes knocking at your objective's door, or until you have enough souls to buy something. Now, if you stuck around, there are still some things to take into consideration. First things first, we must talk about soul bags. Gaining souls from denizen camps, boxes, or sinners will be considered unsecured souls. This means that if you die while you have these, a teammate, but more likely an enemy, can take them by heavy punching the soul bag you leave behind on death. These unsecured souls slowly become secured over time. Not to worry though, because you can still use unsecured souls to purchase items, and it's not like enemies can take items from you. So it's important, especially if you have something like 1,000 souls in your bag, to go and purchase an item instead of getting in a skirmish. Second things second, special boxes that are these weird yellow idol things will grant permanent buffs to your character instead of giving you souls. Sure, these buffs are small, like an extra 25 HP here and 2% fire rate there, but they stack up pretty significantly over the course of a match. It's also important to note that you can get these buffs from the sinner sacrifice machine. After heavy punching a sinners a couple times, it will play a jingle and the lights on top will start lighting up one by one. Hitting a light melee when all lights are full will grant you 1 permanent buff, kinda like one of those yellow idols. Hitting heavy melee when all the lights are full though will give you 4 permanent buffs. The timing for this is pretty specific, and you want to start your heavy punch when there are 3 lights left that need to be turned on. The only real reason to light melee the machine is if an enemy is coming and you gotta scram without letting the enemy take the buffs. Third things third, some characters farm certain spots better than others. Moe Krill is really good at farming boxes due to his burrow instantly breaking them. Calico and Rem have character-specific boxes that only they can get, hidden in the tunnels beneath the map, whilst carries tend to be the only characters able to contend with higher tier denizen camps in a timely manner. The key thing here is how efficient your character is at farming certain things. If you spend more than 10 seconds farming a camp, it is inefficient to do so, and after the next wave, you should try a different option. That being said, sometimes there's nothing more to farm for that lane, so if you have literally nothing better to do, shooting a tier 3 denizen is better than sitting around. Okay, I'll stop that now. The fourth tip is kind of unusual. When it is safe to do so, stealing enemy camps is double the amount of souls. Now, before you get too excited, I don't mean that literally. This is more of a theoretical sense, but stealing 100 souls from the enemy does not only give you 100 souls, but theoretically deprives the enemy of 100 souls that they could have gotten, thus giving your team a 200 soul lead overall, if that makes sense. This is just to say, if you have the opportunity to steal enemy souls, you should do it. Now then, to close out this video, we're going to talk about box routes, and in the background you're going to see the routes that I use. Box routes, as the name kinda implies, are a series of places a player traverses to try and maximize the amount of boxes they get. There are probably quite a few box routes more efficient than mine, especially since there are players with better movement, but these routes have served me well. My main thought process behind these routes is trying to get a soul lead in the early game. As I said before, a single person alone on a lane gets more souls even if the team as a whole is technically getting less. This means during lane phase, you can communicate with your teammate and say, hey, I'm going to go get boxes, play safe, or simply ping the I'll be right back button. The person being left behind on lane should either have good survivability or good lane clear so they are unlikely to be in danger or let the Guardian be attacked. This player also tends to be the one to take early game camps as they're often not too far from lane so they can get back and defend pretty easily compared to box route players. In an ideal world, you can complete a box run in under 30 seconds since that's about how long it takes for each wave of troopers to spawn. More often than not though, I opt for a longer box run to grant myself and my teammate a minor soul lead instead of giving myself a major one. Although these times are subject to change, boxes and small camps first spawn at about 2 minutes into the game, and this is generally when I do my first box run. Every 2 to 3 minutes after that, the boxes will respawn, and additionally, boxes specifically underneath Broadway spawn in at 10 minutes, then follow the same 2 to 3 minute pattern.
This should help.
The Hidden King's power is your power.
Enjoy. You've overstayed your welcome.
Bring your enemies low.
Enjoy.
And with that, I've taught you everything I know with regards to farming. If you've enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribe. The playlist on the left will teach you more about Deadlock if you want to improve, while the video on the right is statistically the video you'd find most interesting, given that YouTube knows more about you than you do. That being said, thank you all for watching. I've been the Dapper Rat, and as always, farewell ladies and gents.